flag things, but he's a big smoker. So normally you probably would think, I would give one of my tobacco scents to him. No, no, that's not what we doing. Like I said, Jim Jones went viral for saying some things that make you think he was drunk, like saying he was better than Nas. No, he's bugging. So with that, I'm gonna go with. All right, y'all. Welcome back to Wear the Smith. Today, the topic is some of my favorite rappers and how they compare to some of my favorite colognes in my collection, right? So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, leave a comment. Don't worry, it's a safe space, right? We're gonna jump right into it. So one day I happened to be listening to some rap music, which I rarely do these days. I'm more of an R&B kind of guy these days, but I was feeling reminiscent and I started listening to some of my favorite albums and some of my favorite songs and some of my favorite rappers. And it got me thinking about some of how they compare to some of my favorite colognes in my collection, right? And then it dawned on me a lot of them compare a lot to some of my favorite colognes, right? Like crazy. So we're gonna jump right into it. And the first cologne that reminds me of a rapper is Amouage Reflection Man, one of my favorite colognes in my collection. And it reminds me of Jay-Z, one of my all-time favorite. To me, some people say he's a GOAT. He's definitely in the top 5 for me, personally, right? But to me, what makes this remind me of Jay-Z is, one, it's polarizing. Not everybody likes Reflection Man. I don't know why, because this is, to me, a GOAT fragrance, right? This right here is, actually, this is one of the fragrances that got me into fragrance world. Like this got started my addiction. When I smelled this, it made me, I was like, yo, what made, I never smelled anything like this before at the time. I was like, yo, this is so different. And it was my signature scent for a long time, and it still is. This is fire. I wear this, every time I wear this, I get a compliment, right? But how, to me, how it compares to Jay-Z is, one, is for a mature crowd, right? Definitely. This is not a younger guy's fragrance. Now, don't get me wrong, you could get away with wearing this if you're younger. But to me, this is definitely somebody 35 years and up. It's a great scent. Definitely is classy. You know how Jay moved now. He's not with the rah-rah anymore. He's more of a classy. You see him, it's just it's just a different type of time Jay's on right now. So to me, Amouage Reflection Man represents that. It's it's flower. It's just, you got to give him his flowers, because Jay-Z, his consistency over the years has been unrivaled. Hasn't many people who've been as consistent as Jay-Z as long as he's been in the game, and he's been in the game for a very long time, right? To me, Amouage Reflection Man represents that. It's a classic floral scent, high respectability, whether you like it or not. You have to respect this scent. And it's definitely one of the best. One of the best. So that goes Amouage Reflection Man, Jay-Z, definitely, right? All right, for the next one, this scent reminds me of Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, right? And the reason I say that is because 50 is very loud. He's very, when 50 came out, he came out with a bang, right? Very powerful, very, it just took the industry by storm. And that's kind of reminds me of Sauvage, the Elixir. Elixir is a strong scent, beast mode scent. And that's how 50 was. He's a beast when he came out, right? The thing about 50 is some people love him, some people don't like him at all, right? And reason being is sometimes he's too powerful, too strong, too petty. Y'all know 50, y'all know 50. But Sauvage Elixir, in my opinion, what it does is, if you spray too much of this, it's off-putting. People not gonna like you, not gonna understand you. It's gonna be a big turnoff, right? But you spray just enough, maybe one of these, everybody's gonna love you. That one spray is all you need of this, right? He's so, like 50 said, listen, he could be too much sometimes. It makes you kind of not like him. Some people, you know what I'm saying? Some people love it, but he's a little brash. And that's how this can be if you put too much. You put too much of this on, you're probably gonna upset the whole room. You're gonna make people sick, and so to me, that compares to 50 Cent. It smells good, just don't overdo it. 50 Cent, sometimes you got to keep it cool, bro. People probably like you more, but you probably don't care, and I get it, whatever. All right, so this next scent reminds me of Drake, and that scent is Angel Share, right? Angel Share, Angel Share. This is one of my favorite scents. Just like Drake is one of my favorite artists. I slept on him in the beginning of his career, but he kind of just wore on me. He started coming up with so much music that I liked and so much hit music, right? So to me, I compare this to Drake because like Drake, Angel Share is gourmandy, is sweet, right? So sweet in the sense of Drake makes a lot of music for women, so women are sweet on him. Also, you could say after the battle with Kendrick, he kind of went sweet a little bit. He kind of cupcake-ish a little bit, and little Danish-ish. So that's why I compare this. And this is an amazing scent. Like regardless of how you feel about Drake, you cannot front on the music he makes. He's one of the best artists. Some people think he's the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Some people think Angel Share is the GOAT. And I'm not really big on gourmand fragrances, but this is definitely one that I wear often. I always get compliments. This definitely reminds me of Drake, Angel Share. All right, so the next fragrance that reminds me of one of my favorite rappers is Bleu de Chanel, right? And I have the EDP version. But this reminds me of one of the best rappers of all time, real smooth, undeniable, and that's Nas. Like Bleu de Chanel was Nas. You can't go wrong with Nas, like, right? Most people love Nas, right? He's not very controversial. Like Bleu de Chanel is an everyday scent. There's nothing bad you can say about Bleu de Chanel. You wear this, you put this on, you're gonna smell good. Everybody's gonna notice it. Nas, and that to me encompasses what Bleu de Chanel is. One of the GOAT fragrances, in my opinion. Just like Nas, one of the GOATs. You can't front on him. He's still making music that's fire. So Bleu de Chanel, I don't care how 10 years from now, Bleu de Chanel is gonna be a fragrance that people love. So this reminds me of Nas, right? And I lost the cat, but whatever. All right, so my next fragrances that reminds me of a rapper is none other than Ultra Mall. Like if y'all see my last video, I'll put it in a link for it. Ultra Mall to me is the ultimate fuckboy scent, right? So to me, the artist that encompasses that more than anybody is, y'all know, Future. That's why you see all the memes, everything about him. You know he's a player. He's never gonna not be a player, right? Women love Future. They love his music. Fire music, one of the GOATs. To me, that is Ultra Mall. Future, Ultra Mall, y'all. Amazing. Fuckboy scent. Great. Future. All right, so now this scent right here definitely reminds me of J. Cole, right? J. Cole reminds me so much of La Nuit de l'Homme, right? By YSL. Some people say this is the GOAT date night, but to me, it just reminds me of timelessness. Like this right here, you can put this on. I don't care. Like you're always gonna get compliments for this, right? The only thing, and that reminds me of J. Cole. J. Cole is an artist that kind of is a throwback artist. He's cut from a cloth of the Nas's, the Jay-Z's, that kind of era where it was more about lyricism. And he's cut from that cloth. Just maybe an updated version of that. And the thing with that is he reminds me of this so much, but just like J. Cole, he comes out with a bang and then he's gone. You won't hear from him for a couple years. Same thing about this. Like you spray this, it smells amazing, but after an hour or two, it's gone. You're gonna have to reapply it, right? So no matter how good this is, and J. Cole is a fantastic artist, but he drops something, he's gone. You don't hear from him no more. Just like he dropped out of the battle with them. Probably was a smart move, maybe. took a little hit, but I'm sure he's such a fantastic artist. When he come back, people gonna love him anyway. But that's what he reminds me of, man. This thing, I love it. La Nuit Delhomme by YSL. Definitely one of the goats up there, and J. Cole is definitely one of them, man. He's a timeless artist. I just wish he came back more and dropped more consistently, but that's how I feel about this. That's why I kind of hardly wear it, because if I don't wear it, if I wear it, I'm gonna have to carry it in my pocket and reapply it every hour and 45 minutes. I don't want to have to do that, but I definitely love this scent. All right, so this next cologne of mine reminds me of a rapper who's been making news in this year. He's been viral a couple times this year, and that is Jim Jones. Now we know Jim Jones is a big uh, smoker. I'm not gonna say too much because YouTube likes to flag things, but he's a big smoker. So normally you probably would think I would give one of my tobacco scents to him. No, no, that's not what we're doing. Like I said, Jim Jones went viral for saying some things that make you think he was drunk, like saying he was better than Nas. No, he's bugging. So with that, I'm gonna go with Azzaro Most Wanted, a boozy scent, right? Some people, it's not one of my favorites. Jim is not one of my favorites, but I could listen to his music and not be mad, right? And I can wear this and not be mad. It gets attention. Women like it, so yeah. Azzaro Most Wanted reminds me of Jim Jones. Stop drinking so much. You're not better than Nas, brother. But keep doing what you're doing. I love it. You're going viral and everything. But that's who he reminds me of. Azzaro Most Wanted. Now, this next artist was very complicated, as y'all know. Kanye West. Now, with Kanye, we can't just go with one fragrance, right? Because Kanye is a multitude of Kanyes, right? So if you don't know what I mean, Kanye is pre-marriage, pre-Kim K Kanye, married to Kim K Kanye, then post Kim K Kanye, right? So we have to have three different fragrances of that. So for me, when he first came out, he was a breath of fresh air, clean, cut out of Chicago, just a artist that just came out of left field and people automatically loved him. He was something new to the game, and it just like I said, a breath of fresh air. To me, that's When the Rain Stops by Mason Margiela, the replica line. That reminds me of how he wasn't controversial at that time. He came out, he made terrific music, was clean dressed, everybody saying clean cut dressed. He just had, he was again breath of fresh air for the game. So When the Rain Stops, pre Kim K Kanye. Now, once he married Kim K, some might say that's when he was in his peak, his prime, right? And he was beasting, like undeniable. You cannot help but give him his credit. And to me, that reminds me of PDM, my favorite PDM, Parfums de Marley fragrance, and that's Hal Tain. You put this on, it's strong, it's gonna break necks when you like. It's undeniable. You put this on, you can't even front on it. Like I wear this in the winter time because to me this is a oudie. This is a oud scent that to me fits perfectly for the fall and winter time. But you put it on, it projects. Kanye projects. No matter how you feel about him, his music at that point he was probably in his prime. Some of the best music he made was when he was with Kim K. And to me, the best PDM, Hal Tain. This reminds me of who that Kanye was at the time. Now, post Kim K, that's when things started getting different for Kanye, where he was real controversial. He was saying things. He got into it with Adidas. He tried to blackball him. It was just a different type of Kanye, and definitely more polarizing than ever before. And for me, that's another PDM, Leighton exclusive. Now, if you've seen my other video to this, y'all know I don't like this scent, right? But a lot of people do. I get it, right? But same as Kanye. At that point, he was still making great music, but because he was so controversial, people don't like it. So like he started adding the controversy to the artist that he was, and it kind of threw people for a loop. Just like for me, when they added the different scents and they try to add to Leighton, which Leighton is a great scent, But when they added animalic and different ooze to this, it kind of messed it up for me. I didn't like it anymore. I wasn't a fan anymore of that. Just stick with the original Leighton, and that's how I felt like Kanye did. If he didn't add the controversy, didn't do some of the stuff he did, I think people would still like him. But like he became very controversial, very polarizing. But some people say, "Hey, Kanye is a clone." Who am I to say not? But if he is, that's definitely Mirage Absolute, which is a clone of Late and Exclusive. So if he is a clone, he is Mirage Absolute. So yeah, that's what we doing with Kanye, man. Kanye is special, bro. We love you. Gotta love Kanye. Now, the last bonus one I'm gonna give you is definitely controversial, and that this scent reminds me of P. Diddy. And for some reason, I can't find this fragrance. It's gone missing in my collection. And that is this. I'm not going to even say it, but y'all know what I mean. This is P. Diddy all the way, y'all. No need to break it down any further. Y'all know what I mean. And with that being said, y'all, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next episode.